Hi everyone, my name is Lakshman and this is my submission for Google AI Hackathon. This is the GitHub repo for AI test case generator which I was implemented and I have built the like a test case generator for Jira. You all know that in the software development, writing the manual test cases is time consuming and replay to process as well. So QA team spending hours of time in documenting the steps instead of actually testing that particular functionality. My solution acts as an intelligent QA Copilot. It uses Google Gemini to analyze the user story and instantly generate the detailed formatted test cases, which can be pushed directly to the Jira as a subtask. Let me show you how it works. Here is a complete, like what is a key feature, what I was used in order to, build this particular UI application and AI test case generator. And I will explain you the architecture of complete framework. So first, the front end is built with React and TypeScript, providing a clean and responsive interface. And backend is powered by Python and Fast API. The brain is Google Gemini Pro. We use advanced prompt engineering to instruct the AI to act as a senior QA lead. And finally, we use the Jira REST API as a tool to execute action in the real world. Let me show you the live demo as well in a few seconds. And the technical aspects, like I said you before, that the prompt engineering, structured output enforcement, and the API integration as well. So I have faced some of the problems, and I was putting in the README file. And technical stack, as I said you before, the front end is TypeScript and back end is Python. And which I was used is Google Gemini Pro, thanks to Google, and integration is Jira REST API. And the prerequisites and how what are the dependencies and how we need to install the dependencies. And here is the environment. So first of all, before running anything, you need to give the API key here and Jira URL, which your company or else your personal Jira dashboard you can give, and also Jira email address and Jira API key. Once you give this one and just run this backend as a UVCon app, and the front end just run this npm start. That's it. So let me show you the step by step how I was implemented this complete AI test case generator. This is the AI test generator UI. So here is the user story and here is the acceptance criteria as well. Let me pull a one ticket in the Jira. How this AI test case generator is giving the all manual test cases within a few seconds of time. Let me show you. So I will pull one of the ticket in the Jira. Example like this is the one ticket as a user, as a registered user. I want to log in into the application so that I can access my dashboard and use the system feature. This is the acceptance criteria, what they require, the client is required. So in the agile process, like like the development phase and the testing phase, it should be in the parallel mode. So developer developing that particular functionality and the tester will draft in the particular manual test cases in a Excel sheet by using a manual typing. So here is the one test case. So sorry, here is the one Jira ticket. So I will copy this one and I will paste in our AI test case generator. And acceptance criteria is an option, but I would recommend to give this acceptance criteria because the AI will, analyze complete context. If you give them more context, then AI will give you exact result. So that's the reason if you give this acceptance criteria, that the result is also so much of good. So let me pull that acceptance criteria as well by using the Jira. So let me copy paste this and paste in our Jira AI Jira test case generator. Oh, let me paste it again and copy that. Just I will click the generate test cases. Give me 1 to 2 seconds of time because AI will analyze that particular input what we are giving, and it will give you the exact output as well. Boom. It give you within 1 to 2 seconds of time, almost like 11 test cases. For a manual test engineer, for complete writing this all test cases, it takes at least like an half a day of time or else completely 1 day of time in order to write these complete manual test cases. But AI will give you almost like within a second of time. Here is it will give you the positive test case as well. Let me read one test case. So successful login with valid credentials. Navigate to the login page, enter a valid registered email address in the email field, and enter the correct password for the registered email in the password field, and click on the login button. What is the expected result? The system authenticate the user and redirect to the user dashboard. This is the positive test case. So like that wise, it will give you the positive test case and it will give you the negative test case as well. Let me read this negative test case as well. So log in with invalid password for a invalid email address. So here is the test step, and the expected result is as an error message, invalid username or password is displayed and user remains on the login page. Why? Because the authentication token should be given an error because you are giving invalid password. So that's the reason it should be a negative test case. So likewise, we are getting negative test cases and positive test cases as well. Depends on your requirement, it will give you the performance test case as well. What is the performance of that particular functionality? It will give you the that result as well. So and here is a new implementation which I was added. The AI will give you like 70 to 80 percentage of all the test cases. But if you want to add just you need to validate it. If you want to add it, you can add by using this button, add the test case, and you can add example like invalid username and invalid password. Expected result is user do not log in to the UI because an pop-up shows invalid username or password. Password. Here you can give that test case as well. If you want to remove, if you want any test case, it should be an invalid test case. You can just click delete button. It will delete that particular test case as well. And also, if you can see, there is a copy Excel as well. So if you want to just, by just clicking this button, copy Excel, it will copy the complete all test cases into the spreadsheet as well. So let me copy that all test cases, and here is the complete all manual test cases within a, you know, like uh, uh, 3 to 4 seconds of time, the AI will give you all the test cases related to that functionality. Here is the ID, here is the type, here is the title, here is the description, and here is the steps, and what are the expected result for this particular test case. It should be very easy. And also, here is the new implementation which I was implemented. So if you want to add that, that should be fine. Or else within the Jira ticket itself, whatever the developer develop in that particular ticket. So within the ticket, if you want to add that test cases below to the ticket, that should be fine. You can add that one as well. Here I'm using the Khan dashboard. If you want to use the Scrum dashboard, you can just type Scrum dashboard as well. And also, here is the parent ticket. I will copy the parent ticket here, which is KN171, and copy that here. Just I will click save to Zero. So let me refresh the Zira dashboard. all the manual test cases has been added as a subtask of this particular development ticket. So it should be very helpful, even though like any product manager or a scrum master, they want to test this particular functionality, they can use these test cases as a reference, and also they will test that particular functionality whether it is working fine or not. Here is a positive test case, and we have negative test cases as well that is directly implemented here in this particular test Zira board. uh, it takes like uh, at least like 2 to 3 days of time a test engineer to add all the test cases here in the Zira tool as well. So by using AI, it will give you within like 5 to 6 seconds of time to write the test cases and add the subtickets in the Zira tool itself, which should be a very helpful. So and also a final conclusion is that so uh, let me thank each and everybody building this project, agentic workflows, specifically how to make the LLM produce structured JSON output, and how to give them tools to interact with external APIs. I want to say huge thank you to the Gemini Google team and the course instructor and the documentation and the API were incredibly easy to work with. And it will empower me to build a real world productivity tool in a just few seconds of time. So thank you so much. Thank you everyone.